Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name's Laura and today we're doing another pick a card tarot and oracle reading, and this time we are focusing in on what you need to know right now. We're going to get some messages about whatever advice you need to hear at this moment, and just see what comes through, okay? So when you feel ready, take a minute to breathe deeply in, out, and ask out loud or in your head, spirit, higher self, whomever, what do I need to know right now? And once you've done so, take a look at all three groups on screen and select whichever one you feel most drawn to. Some of you may feel drawn to more than one, and that's perfectly fine. We have group number 1 with the Amazonite, group number 2 with the red jasper, and group number 3 with the moonstone. Once you've selected whichever group you intuitively feel drawn to, you can skip ahead to your reading using the timestamps, or you can watch through. And I just want to take a moment to express my utmost gratitude. I have the coolest subscribers. Like, y'all really are some of the coolest people I've ever talked to. I feel so lucky. And all of the people who've gotten readings with me, life coaching especially, I think about my life coaching clients on a daily basis. Like, if you've ever gotten life coaching with me, I just need you to know you live rent-free in my mind. Like, multiple times a day I think about you and send you well wishes. So, thank you for existing, number 1. And if any of you would like to work with me, I have a bunch of things. All the links are down below. Okay. And if you would like to donate to the channel, that's also linked down below. All right, let's begin. Hello, group number 1, and welcome. Let's see what you need to know right now. First off, my cat Luna wants to say hello. So everyone say hi to Luna in the comments. She'll be hanging out with us. We have the message, remain positive. Everything's going to work out, group number 1. Inspire passion. Ooh. Okay, so you're being asked to explore your passionate side a bit more. This could be sensually, this could be creatively. It says, life devoid of passion can be a boring, uninspired, blank canvas that slowly drains the soul. Now is a time to reignite your passions and rejoin life. I want to pause and say, I'm wondering if a lot of you guys naturally are very passionate people, but you've been taking a sort of season in life where you've been very disciplined and determined, just doing like all of the routine things to be a stable, civilized person, you know? And there's a little bit of a nudge from spirit, like, hey, what if we return to that passion a little bit in a healthy way? This is an opportunity to set new goals, which will in turn reconnect you with all that is sacred. Yeah, I love that. The message here is it could be time for you to set your ambitions upon something new, something big, something exciting. Mix things up a little bit, change your life up a little bit. What new goal do you have, or can you create, you know? Maybe this is a season where you try your hand at like creating a little blog, or I don't know, writing a cookbook, or getting into skiing or whatever, you know? Try something new. We have service. Okay. You stop using the universe to try to get what you want and start asking love to use you. You offer all and want to be of service. Ironically, many desires become fulfilled without grasping or manipulation. Exactly. And the example I can give you is like YouTube, for example. It's like I can sit here until I'm blue in the face asking the universe to, you know, give me money, give me support, give me subscribers, but that's not really a great approach. A better approach is to simply be of service, create videos for you guys, and hope that I can inspire even just one person, and asking the universe to use me as a channel for their messages. And ironically, that's when videos tend to get the most views. So that's a great example. I feel like you guys are really of great value in the world. You offer a lot with your knowledge, your talent, your creativity, whatever it is that you're doing. You are of great service of the world. And the message here is not asking you to necessarily change anything drastically in what you do, but rather it's to change your mindset, okay? And approach it from this place of being in service of the world. How can I be as helpful as possible to the most amount of people as possible? What action can I do today that can help even just one person? And it's through doing that you actually improve life. And it's like, imagine staying in that state of being all the time. Something that I did recently, actually, I was thinking about this on a run. So I've become a runner this year, and I'm insufferable about it. It's all I talk about. But the other day I was running, and I don't listen to music or anything. And I was like, what if today I'm just like extremely friendly to everybody I pass? Because usually like I'll kind of glance at people, see if they're glancing back at me, and I'll be like, oh, hello, good morning, whatever. But I noticed that I get really giddy whenever somebody's so enthusiastic, like, have a blessed day, good morning to you, you're doing great. Whenever people say those things, I'm like, yeah, heck yeah, life is great. So I'm like, what if I'm that person today? And then I challenged myself. I'm like, let me be obnoxiously friendly to everybody I pass. And it was quite lovely. And the only motivation behind that was to be of service and brighten people's days. And it actually brightened my day the most, I think. So that's another great example. It's like, how can you reframe your mind to just want to offer as much as you can? Like, for example, let's just say you're a waitress or a waiter. On a normal day, you just go about your business, waiting tables, etc. But what if today you reframe your mindset and you're like, I'm going to make sure that these people have the best eating experience ever. And you do all the things, like you offer them like a plate of those cut lemons, I don't know, whatever waitresses and waiters do. I did work in the food industry. Okay. I'm not that far removed. You go and you do all of the things to make their experience the best. It's like, when you're in that mindset, you may end up getting tipped the most, ironically. So I don't know. Food for thought, changing your mindset there. And then we have shelter with the big blue stem. I love people who name plants and animals because they're just so stupid with it. Wow, look at that. You see that right there? It says, how can I be of service? After you literally have the service card. Are you kidding me? How can I be of service? Service. Wow. This reading is heavily talking about work. How can I spread positivity to the most amount of people today? How can I inspire passion in the most amount of people today? How can I be of service to the most amount of people today? Reframe your mindset to be in that. And I'm telling you, when you approach your daily life with that mindset, when it comes to work and how you make money and everything, it changes everything. Like, it really does. It really, really does. And actually, so a little known fact about me, I actually went to school for business. I am a dropout, but still. And one of the first things they teach you in business school is value equals money. The more value you can provide somebody, the more money you can make from them. Okay, so how can you be of value? How can you be of service to the world at large? And in doing that, the world will provide you value back. Now, I believe the spirit of business doesn't always mean monetary value, money. It certainly can and does. That's a very important part of life. I'm not one of those spiritual people who are like, money's evil. Actually, I think people who think that way have a critical wound around self-worth, but that's a tangent for another day. Value will return to you nevertheless, because we live in a universe whose mathematical fabric of existence is balance. Okay, so what you give out comes back. And I've seen this so much in my life, tireless days working unpaid, doing this, I don't make as much money as you guys probably think I do. And I've been doing this for years, so I really wasn't making money back in the day. And it didn't matter though, because the value I gave out in these readings came back to me in the weirdest ways. And for years of my life, like in my early 20s, I was doing a lot of bartering. I was truly living free from monetary living. I didn't have any money, but I actually lived quite prosperously. just being involved in the community. So it always comes back to you one way or another. But, you know, some of you guys are like, yeah, but I want money. It's like, yeah, I hear you. And that's coming. How can you be of service? That's the question you need to ask. Okay. We have the 5 of Swords in reverse. We have the 10 of Swords upright, walking away from headache situations and people who are not worth your time, energy, and effort. That's a very important thing too, that you probably mastered along your journey. How can I be of service to people who are receptive to it and will give back, you know, because when you are pouring all of your advice, hard work, and energy into people who are not taking it, who are not returning that energy back to you one way or another, you're literally wasting your time and energy, you know? So you're going to have to learn how to walk away from those people or not help them, set boundaries up. That's step number 1. You probably already mastered that. If you're watching, well, maybe not all of you, you know, it depends. You're all going to be in different spots. Okay. That's going to be number 1 thing you need to master before you manifest wealth. And this reciprocation of your time and energy. You're gonna have to master boundaries and stop giving to people who aren't even receptive to what you're giving, number 1, but also aren't giving back. We have 3 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, that may have been one of your biggest blockages, actually, when it came to manifesting your ambitions. You were giving to the wrong places. Page of Swords in reverse. We have the Lovers. Multi-messages here. I also, you know, the Lovers doesn't always talk about romance, but I'm also like simultaneous to all these money and career advices coming through. I also feel like there could be a relationship here, and you guys may be very compatible with each other in like a partnership sort of way, like connecting with each other and uplifting each other throughout your day, etc. But maybe the passion element of it needs a little bit more exploration. 5 of Pentacles upright. And we have the King of Cups in reverse. See, it's nothing personal. It's nothing personal. How can you be... It actually is really simple, the message that's coming through. Be of service to the world and have boundaries when it comes to people who are not returning back your service, your energy. I've seen so many beautiful, talented light workers, for example, healers, get into relationships with people who basically just drained their vital essence, you know, and these healers would spend countless hours just worrying about the connection, trying to better their partner, solve their partner's problems. Oh, here's Luna again. Only for their partners to do the most horrific things. One of my best friends, actually, very talented healer. Extremely talented healer. Like, I could go on and on. They were stuck in a marriage for like a decade, trying to solve all of their partner's physical and emotional wounds and just pouring into their partner in that regard. And the positive thing from it was my friend really became quite gifted in healing. But the negative of that was they wasted like such a big chunk of their working life doing that, and that whole entire time they were broke. They did not have career success doing the thing they were passionate about. They tried, they never gave up, but they did not make any money because they were giving so much of their energy away to this relationship. And I'm not going to go into details, but let's just say the person they were married to got them into the most like horrifically dramatic situations. Like it could literally be the plot to like a movie or a TV show, how horrifically this marriage partner ended up being to my friend. Like, it's funny in retrospect. It's not actually funny in retrospect. Like crazy things, like gang violence, like international crime, weird, crazy things. And if you met my friend, you would never think that it would be the type of person to somehow get involved in all of that. And they weren't, you know, it was their spouse. But anyways, I digress. Yeah, King of Cups in reverse. That's your biggest wound that you need to overcome, and not overgiving to the wrong relationships, the wrong people. Luna agrees, you know, and I feel like you guys are at the precipice of completing that sort of mission, that sort of lesson in life, having healthy emotional boundaries and still being able to experience that passion, that zest in relationships, because those two things are deeply interconnected. Your relationships versus your finances and career material success, they are deeply interlinked, especially when you're a healer or a light worker or a creative, a manager, business person, etc. They're all so deeply interconnected. So yeah, we see you mastering that lesson right now and balancing those two things, being of service to the world, to the right people, and also now allowing yourself to experience more passion in your relationships once again. There could be a fear here from you guys of like, oh, well, if I experience passion again, like what if I lose myself again? I feel like you guys may have lost yourself in these connections before. I feel like you're doing a great job at balancing both worlds and slowly opening yourself back up to that passion. And we see that in the Lovers card here. So a lot of you guys may have a deepening connection, or like even passion could even mean different things. Like it could mean romance, of course, but it could also be like maybe you just used to party all the time and you weren't deeply of service to the world and you were giving your energy to the wrong things. And it's like now you're wanting to open your life. Maybe you took some time to heal and you became very disciplined, very like rigidly disciplined, never going out. And it's like you're wanting to go out again, but you don't want to lose yourself in that again, I think you're going to do great, guys. It's all about balance. And I think you are going to master this. And I just want to give you that reassurance. Trust yourself. Okay. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Definitely watch for your sun, moon, rising, Venus signs. Oh my gosh. I always do that intro. I have a second YouTube channel called Spirit Psychic Tarot where I do, weekly, monthly, quarterly, yearly, daily zodiac readings for each sign. That's my outro. Watch for your sun, moon, rising, Venus signs. And literally, I swear to God, like in 80% of my pick a card readings on this channel, I always end up accidentally saying that outro. Go check that channel out though. That channel is growing quite fast. I have a feeling that it's going to outpace this channel. And I'm fine with that because I really like posting there, as well as here. But anyways, yeah, like this video, comment how it resonated, and subscribe. Yep, that's all I wanted to say. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, link to that is in the description box down below. I also offer my intention oils there, my shamanic life transformation coaching sessions there, as well as my online tarot reading course. So check it out. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 2, and welcome. Let's see what you need to know right now. First card out for you is the Prairie King Snake with the message Shed. And it says, how can I know myself as bigger than any fear? Very beautiful. I feel like you guys at the time that you're watching this are really going through a pivotal transformation where you are shedding parts of your personality, parts of your life, that no longer serve you whatsoever. You're completely letting it go and embracing your fears and pushing beyond your boundaries, your capabilities, and those fears, really heading into unknown, uncharted territory, pushing yourself to the outer limits of what is known. This could be physically, this could be mentally, spiritually, emotionally, but more specifically, if I could put it into plainer words, just doing things you've never done before, learning new information you've never learned before on the mental level. On a physical level, maybe pushing your body to new limits in terms of healthiness, exercise, what you can athletically achieve, etc., challenging yourself spiritually by doing things that you were once afraid of, and trusting in the universe. So it's very beautiful. We have the message of clarity coming through as well. I don't know why this reading's giving off a very spiritually depth, spiritual depth sort of vibe. It says, let me trust my deepest instincts in all ways, especially when matters are unclear. May my own holy intuition always guide the way. Yeah, and that's the thing. You have to rely on that intuition when you are heading into uncharted territories, talking to new people, learning new things, pushing yourself to new limits. It's very important for you to trust your own intuition. And then we have helpful people coming out as well. I think the world is much more friendly than we realize. And there's something here about an increased sense of friendliness, putting what you're trying to master out there. And also, when you push yourself to these limits, I want to say Spirit will give you teachers at exactly the right time, exactly the right space, without failure. You know, it is actually quite magical, really, really magical. And the example I can give you of this is like when I started running this year, randomly, I just started meeting all these ultra marathon runners. And I'm like, oh, that's very specific and interesting. And they gave me like extremely insightful things I wouldn't have even thought about. It's like, it's funny how I start something new to push myself to new limits, and immediately the universe randomly brings me these people who are much more talented than I am to be my teachers and my guides. You know, the right teacher always arrives at exactly the right time, without forcing, without chasing. It's crazy. And I'm seeing at this time, there are lovely teachers in your life who are coming in at exactly the right time to give you the exact right messages. And, you know, we can even use YouTube as an example. If you're somebody who watches a lot of YouTube tarot readings, you know, sometimes you might feel drawn to one reader during a certain season of your life. Maybe you outgrow that reader and then you feel drawn to somebody else. You know, that's normal. Because they taught you what they needed to teach you. And somebody else may have the medicine and the wisdom that you need now. The right people arrive exactly at the right time, without forcing it, without chasing it, okay? We have the message, a child's love, coming through. The love between a parent and child is one of the most precious and deep connections we make during our time on earth. Children start out as a part of us, and from their first cries, they establish themselves as a bigger part of our hearts. Very beautiful. I am wondering if any of you are embarking on the parenthood journey at this time, or a certain season of being a parent, even if it's not necessarily a parent to children of your own. I feel like we all, at some point in our lives, step into this chapter where we feel personally responsible for the well-being of future generations. And how can I best be a role model and a good teacher and guide to more innocent and younger souls, making this world a better place. A lot of you guys may find yourself in that position right now. Basically, you are the person that your inner child needed growing up. You turned into that person, which is very beautiful. And simultaneously, you're surrounded by helpful people on your own journey to becoming that person, but also you are that person to other people, you know? I feel like people with the teacher-student archetype, you're simultaneously both throughout life, you know? You're always learning something new, always bettering yourself in some way, but you're also always passing your wisdom down and inspiring others. So I do see you in that sort of position, and currently at the time that you're watching this, you could be in quite a big chapter of releasing the old you and learning something new that's really big, really challenging yourself. And doing much more, getting much further than you thought was possible in such a short amount of time. We have the 6 of Swords in reverse, the Devil upright. Right away, I can tell that a part of what you're shedding are old toxic tendencies, addictions, toxic relationships, toxic behavior patterns within yourself, inconsistency within yourself. 6 of Cups, and look at that. It's going to help you manifest extremely helpful community and relationships straight up. And you may see this at the time that you're watching this. Beautiful friendships emerging. And if you're all going to be at different parts in this journey. So if you're still stuck in this toxicity and needing to let go, but you're having a hard time, I just want to say that like you're almost immediately going to connect with like soul tribe, community, people to support you. Like, I think you'll be shocked at how quickly you are able to manifest loved ones and community when you're no longer holding on to these very negative devil-like people in your life. And that's the thing, these devil-like energies really do repel people from your life when you're connected to them. And like, you know this because, you know, I feel like a lot of people are willing to cut off friends and family members when that friend or family member chooses an awful partner or like something really toxic. You know, it's quite easy to cut people off when they choose toxic, to surround themselves with toxic people. You know, I stopped talking to a friend for years because they were not taking some pretty serious allegations that their roommate had against them seriously, and they just kept hanging out with that person. And I'm like, I don't respect you anymore because you choose to surround yourself with these toxic people and influences, and all you do in life is, you know, avoid your emotions and put on this mask of like, bro dude, and in reality you're a very thoughtful, sensitive soul, but you're putting on this mask to fit in, and I didn't like it, so I stopped talking to that person. Luckily, they evolved, and we were able to rekindle a connection. But that just kind of goes to show, the same thing applies to you, group number 2. Sometimes when you choose to bypass, you know, oh, this person did this bad stuff to me, yeah, but it's fine, or yeah, they have this... Think of Nicki Minaj, for example. She married a whole predator. And guess what? Nobody wants to work with her anymore. She's being heavily criticized. Like, she's spiraling in a negative direction. So it's like, that's a great example in the media. So yeah. And there's no shame here. But this explains why it's important to follow that intuition, as the clarity card was saying. You know, and just trust. Do a trust fall into the universe and let go. Shed some of these people that bring a lot of chaos and instability into your life, and who just aren't good people at the end of the day. And I promise you, the second you shed that, it's very interesting. It's like these people who are already kind of connected to you, but not closely, suddenly will start reaching out to you and being like, hey, like, I always wanted to be your friend. And like, I don't know. I actually had that happen once too. Like I stopped being friends with my best friend of like 10 plus years because she had some of the most negative, heavy energy I've ever seen in my life. And I kid you not, literally the weeks following me not talking to her anymore, I had people, like mutual friends from our group, our friendship, reach out saying, I always wanted to talk to you more, but I always felt like that friend was kind of overpowering your energy, like overshadowing you. And I felt weird reaching out, but like now I want to reach out. I, for real, had multiple people tell me that. It was crazy, and it just confirmed everything I felt. And so same message goes to you, group number 2. I think you'll be shocked at how actually charismatic and popular you may be naturally once you remove these heavier... It's so strange. And I don't know if you guys noticed this, or if this is just like a psychic energy reading observation of mine. There are some people, when you spend like one-on-one time with them out in public, I don't know what it is, you just feel magnetic together, and strangers just approach the both of you constantly, and it just feels really nice. And then there's other people who you may spend one-on-one time with, or even group time with, out in public, and it's like suddenly you're invisible for some reason. Have you guys ever noticed that before? Isn't that interesting? And I think there's merit to both of those things. Like if I ever like just want to fall into the background because I've been getting too much attention, sure, I'll hang out with the invisible people. But you know, if your goals in life involve being seen, visibility, manifesting a partner or new friends or whatever, like something that involves the need to be visible, stop attuning your energy to these people and habits that make you invisible. Another thing is like drinking. I feel like habits like heavy drinking, like heavy, just anything with heavy negative energy, it contributes to that lack of visibility. I don't know. This is all just energy talk. Like this is what I pick up on from the energy realms. We have the 7 of Swords in reverse. Yeah, it's stealing away your energy, your resources. Siphoning it. 7 of Wands in reverse. You're needing healthy boundaries with it. Yep. Ace of Cups. You're going to be shocked at the amount of people and opportunities that find you when you finally do set these boundaries. I'm telling you. Helpful people coming in. Your dreams manifesting just like that. Then we have the Queen of Cups. Exactly. Really beautiful, heartfelt connections. Beautiful love life. Beautiful best friend. Beautiful friend group. Beautiful support system. Yeah, you guys are on the right path. If you've been sort of walking away from these negative people and habits of yours. Okay, I'm telling you, you are naturally charming, charismatic. There's something about your aura and energy that wants to be seen. I feel like a lot of you guys are sort of destined to be like a community leader or popular, famous in some capacity, seen in some capacity, for your unique energy and aura and abilities. There's something very soft and sensitive, loving, very nurturing about you. And a lot of people want to come forward once you set these boundaries with the toxic people and influences, and they want to be a part of your healing story. They want to support you because they see how loving and caring you are. And once you finally manifest that empowerment to walk away, they want to really help push you in the right direction. Like, I can't even emphasize, like, so much is going to change as a result of you removing the selfish, negative people from your life and the negative habits from your aura, you know? There's so much soulmate love here, guys. I'm telling you, it's all going to work out. It's all going to take off. Thank you so much for joining me. Definitely like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there, shamanic life coaching sessions there, as well as my online tarot reading course, so check it out. Bye-bye. Hello, group number 3, and welcome. What do you need to know right now? You have a year from now. Things are going to look so different 12 months from now, guys. I feel like this upcoming year in your life can be one of the most pivotal and transformative yet, okay, to date. There's something really special about this year ahead, and it really does feel like everything is starting to fall into place in a way where you're beginning, like right now, to see how your path has finally led you to some of your bigger manifestations. And there's this sense of, I don't know, just everything falling into place. I don't know why the rest of the year, if you're watching this around the time that I'm posting it, just feels to be a pivotal time for the collective when it comes to setting up your personal foundation for success. Like, it's around this time, and even if you're watching this in the future, I want to say the next 2 months. The next 2 months feel to be a time when you are really settling any business that keeps you in a space of uncertainty. Like, if you're looking for a job, it's like you find that job. It's like, okay, so this is where I'm going to be working, and this is where I'm going to live, and this is who I want to be with. This is who I want to be. Those sort of open-ended questions are getting answered in the next 2 months, I feel. And that sort of allows you to settle down a little bit and really just hyper-focus on your goals, dreams, and wishes, which then leads to your whole life looking different 1 year from now. But also, I feel like you're centering yourself in your life, focusing on the things that you want to achieve as opposed to like people pleasing. I really feel so strongly like a huge shift took place in September 2025. And a lot of people pleasers ended that karmic cycle of people pleasing. I really do feel that way. A lot of people pleasing, overgiving tendencies. Anybody who described themselves as a lover, a giver, a healer, just stopped giving, loving, and healing the people who weren't reciprocating. You know, I really felt that shift so strongly in the collective last September. And whenever you're watching this, I just feel like what you need to know is this upcoming year is really going to just change your life. Okay. We have strength coming out. I feel like you're building a lot of strength. This could be physically, literally, but also creating strong foundations in your relationships and in your life generally. Strength comes from many sources. Staying strong brings confidence, conviction, and a balanced body, mind, and soul. Spirit has its own unique and beautiful way of replenishing your soul with strength on a continual basis. You're never really alone, as we're always with you. Yeah, and I do feel like body, mind, and soul are so interconnected. You know, strong body equals strong mind, vice versa. So yeah, I don't know. I just feel like where you're at right now and what the message is, I feel like a lot of you guys are building strength, strengthening the positive bonds that you have in life, strengthening your body, strengthening your mental resilience and your discipline, all of that. And it's benefiting you so much. And as a result, like I said, this year is going to change drastically. Love is in the air, clearly. It's not about finding love. You are love itself. Help me, Lord, to send so much compassion and caring to the inner child that I always remember I myself am love. Yeah, you don't need to find love from somebody else when you are the source of that love and of that magic. And if you look back at all your relationships in life, the things that made them magical was you. You know, the things you enjoyed was you. And you can tap into that inner love, that inner well of love, with or without a partner. But the funny thing is, when you do start to really tap into that inner well of love and love your life as an individual, ironically, that's when some of your best friends and romantic partner and all of that tend to come in. So yeah, I do feel love is in the air, though, for a lot of people who selected group number 3. This love may be entering at a time when you're focused on yourself. You're like strengthening your finances, strengthening your body, strengthening your life in general. It seems like you're focused on you, focused on your growth, tapping into that inner love of, or that inner well of love within you without necessarily chasing it in other people. And then love just kind of gently unfolds. And I'm getting an image in my mind of like a flower that's just in the bud stage, and then these like little petals just slowly start to open, and then it's like just little by little, and then all at once you're in love, you know. A very gentle connection is here. It's not going to be all consuming at first. It's going to feel like a friendship, honestly. Like even if you're like sexually involved or kiss and all that, the platonic side of the connection is going to be the first major side of the relationship that develops. And then that deeper sort of chemistry and fire will follow suit within several weeks or months of this connection. That's what I'm seeing. We have the beaver spirit with build. What am I integrating? Yeah, I feel like you guys, if you select group number 3, you're building quite a beautiful life for yourself. I feel like a lot of you guys may have completely ripped your life to shreds recently, like the past year or 2. Could have done a really big move, big divorce, separation, left your career, left your family, left your something. It's like your life as you knew it. You walked away. Someone watching left this is like one person watching, left a strict religion recently. And it's like you're rebuilding a life in freedom and authenticity. Congratulations. Like I said, your life from a year from now, I almost feel like you're not even going to believe it. Because some of you guys, what's going to develop in a year, so much can happen within such a short amount of time. It's actually insane, you know? If you told me exactly 1 year ago that I would be living where I'm living and in the lifestyle that I'm in right now, I would have thought you were smoking crack. Like, there ain't no way. So, and also what it took to get here. If me right now from present day went back in time 1 year and told 1 year ago me what happened, and look at that, 2 of cups at the bottom of the deck, that's love, I would be like, that sounds insane. There's no way. I feel like you guys are about to be having a year like that. You know, an example that pops to my mind, sometimes people get onto YouTube, for example, and they start a channel, and like within like 9-10 months their channel like completely takes off and becomes like their life, you know? It's like, who would have thought that like a year ago I even would have had a YouTube channel in that case, you know. Not me. I've been here for years, you know, still struggling, but yeah, like you never know what can build, what can manifest within a year's time. I honestly feel like some of y'all may even be like getting married this time next year, which is crazy to say if you're not even in a relationship or dating someone, or I don't know. This could also be a big move, a massive jump in visibility, success, career. It feels very positive. But here's the piece of advice. Strength. Keep on strengthening your discipline, showing up for yourself daily, doing the right things to take care of yourself. You know, the basic things we've learned since day one. 3 square meals a day, healthy eating, healthy foods, daily exercise, sunlight, 8 hours of sleep, you know, stretching every day, especially if you're older. All of these basic things. It sounds so simple. I'm telling you guys, just do it every single day. Just stay disciplined with it every single day, and don't be wishy-washy with it. Oh, like I ate one salad, I'm so healthy, and then you go back to your regular. No, stay disciplined with it. Just watch what happens. It's very simple advice. It's so simple, in fact, that you might not even want to listen to it, but I'm telling you, it will change your life. And that's the thing. I feel like a lot of you guys are just having that simple, healthy life, strong life, no drama, no chaos. You're making a lot of room for magic with that. Knight of Pentacles, yeah. Little by little and then all at once. That's what I get from the Knight of Pentacles. Whatever goals you're working on right now, I feel like you're being consistent with it. Consistency is key with everything in life. You know, strength training at the gym, for example, doing the same workouts day in and day out over and over. You're not going to see overnight success, but it makes such a huge difference when you repeat that pattern. There's something here. There's a message here about doing the same thing on a weekly basis or bi-weekly basis, or whatever your schedule is, whatever it is that you're asking about or focusing on. Do the same thing consistently. You know, if you have a YouTube channel, for example, and you post a certain niche topic that's popular, post that specific, well-performing video, niche topic every single week at the same time every single week. You know, be consistent with it. If you are looking to get big muscles and you notice a certain workout routine has you feeling that good sore, you know, keep doing that every single week. Just stay at it. Increase your reps or your weight. You'll get strong. You know, there's something here about needing to be consistently disciplined like the beaver. We have the 2 of Wands in reverse. The World upright. This is completion, success, being seen, coming full circle, finally here. The Hanged Man in reverse. I'm ready to no longer be the victim. 10 of Cups. I'm telling you guys, this wasn't supposed to be like a year ahead reading, but I don't know why I keep thinking I'm doing year ahead reading when I tap into your messages here. I feel like whatever you're focusing on in the present moment may just be the little seeds that are just starting to sprout. You know, if you just started to talk to someone like a few weeks ago who has, you know, you have a keen interest on, you think they're cool, this really has the potential to be your person, you know? If you're focusing on like a new workout routine or career or whatever, hobby, staying disciplined with it, I'm telling you, like it can actually change your life in ways that you don't even see coming. You know, you don't know how quickly you can become obsessed with something. Earlier this year in January, I started running. Literally just put on a pair of sneakers and just ran out my door. It felt so weird. Never ran before that. And now I'm running a marathon in a few weeks. And it's like an all-consuming goal. Yeah, if you would have told me that a year ago, that's what I would have been focusing on. I'm like, you're absolutely crazy. Runners are nuts. They hate themselves. Who likes running outside when you can sit inside? And now here I am. So you never know how much your life can change in such a short amount of time. And specifically, I feel like this message applies to your love life as well as your personal goals and personal well-being. Like, I feel a massive elevation in life. Ace of Wands. New passion. Stay open to like learning new things, taking on new passions, hobbies, interests. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. And the 7 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, I feel like these 2 last cards are showing what your reality will be if you don't listen to this advice here. You know, you give up too early, you don't stay disciplined, and instead you just like, oh, it'll never work, so I'm just gonna give up. Time's gonna go by either way, you know? So you can embrace the fact that good things take time and discipline and effort and consistency. And as time passes by, you stay true to your goals and yourself and focus on the good feelings that brings. Or you can just, give up on your goals and stay stuck in this place of wishing you would experience or achieve more. Wow. I just really feel like if you selected group number 3, like I said, this just feels to be such a powerful year for you. The next 12 months, if you stay consistent with the good things that you're focusing on in life, they are going to change your life. And I see new passion entering into your life very shortly. This could be like a new flame, new person, or like new interest that really ignites a motivation in you. But yeah, a lot of you guys, you have to break free from that sort of victim mentality. Like, oh, I've been stuck here for so long. This year's going to be life-changing if you break free from that and you just, instead of crying and complaining, you just fill your schedule up, honestly. If you have enough time to complain, you have more than enough time to do. Let me repeat that. If you have enough time to complain, you have more than enough time to do. And so often I see some of these beautiful people. Like, okay, let's be real for a second here, okay? This is an observation I don't think I've ever talked about out loud, but I've seen it quite a bit. These beautiful, literally physically stunning people. I don't know if you could hear my dryer going off. I got a blanket in there. So sorry for the banging. These beautiful people who end up getting like obsessed with the negative failures of their relationship, picking fights with their partners, over analyzing their crushes. Oh, what does this text mean? What does that mean? Kind of obsessing. If you've ever felt yourself in that position, I just want to say you're not alone. I've been here as well. Okay, obsessing over the things that you have no power over. Trying to unpack it, trying to understand it. Like, what does this person mean? Or what's going to happen next? When will I get that money? When will this happen? When will that happen? If you find yourself mentally obsessing, it's because your life is boring. Okay? It's because your life is boring and you have way too much time on your hands that you're not taking advantage of. And I know some people are going to try to fight me back. Like, no, I have a busy life, blah, 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 blah. No, you don't. You may be trying to do more work in an area of life that like you only have so much energy to expend on. For example, I see people go to the gym sometimes and they'll just sit there for hours, not actually working out. And it's like, you just have too much time on your hands. Do your workout in like 30 minutes, get out, and then focus your time and energy elsewhere, Or like what my problem used to be is I would go sit at my desk because I'm like, I gotta work, I gotta make more money, I gotta help the collective. But there's only so much I can focus on in the day. Like I only have so much energy to like be able to sit and channel messages, but I was trying to force it. So then I would just literally end up sitting here ruminating over dumb stuff like half of the day, instead of just embracing, okay, when I can't focus on work anymore, I'm going to go focus on another goal, you know? So the message is, use your extra time to build your life up, integrate this wisdom that we had in this reading, and things are coming full circle. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Definitely like this video, comment how it resonated down below, and subscribe if you've not already. If you want a personal reading with me one-on-one, the link to that is always in the description box, spiritpsychic.org. I also offer my intention oils there, shamanic life coaching sessions there, as well as my online tarot reading course, so check it out.